Absolutely, right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Such a beautiful day out today. Not 100 degrees, which was really nice. So please, before we start the service itself, take a minute and think back over your week and think back to what was good this week, what was wonderful. For some people, it was a week of celebration and a bar mitzvah. So think all the way back to last Shabbat. What was good this week? There are times to kvetch and times to worry about what wasn't good. Just think about what was really good. And while you're doing it, try to think of the best part of your week. What was the absolute best? Take a minute for that, please. So I won't ask you to meet someone you don't know because you may know a lot of the people here, but please get up and go to someone you didn't sit with. Introduce yourself again, just to be sure. Tell them the best thing that happened to you this week and ask them the best thing that happened to them. So please do that now. Yes, but not over there. So you can put it between us. That'd be great. Okay, great. Okay, but it's there on 62 or not?
It's the English words are not.
Okay.
But it's the anthem. So.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for sharing and smiling and it is not often that we have our B'nai Mitzvah come on the Shabbat after their bar or bat mitzvah. So Ari, it's so good to see you here tonight. Thank you for coming tonight. It's great to see you.
And in your honor, Ari, we're going to do Hine Matov. Hine Matov.
Matov.
Umma. Naim.
Naim.
Sheverachim. Sheverachim gam. Yachad. 128. Hine Matov.
Matov.
Umma. Naim.
Naim.
Sheverachim. Sheverachim gam. Yachad. Hine Matov. Umma Naim. Shevet Achim. Gam 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 Yachad. Page 129. When I keep Shabbat, God watches over me. It is a sign forever between God and me. Ki eshmer Shabbat. Ki eshmer Shabbat, yishmereni. Ki eshmer Shabbat, yishmereni. Oti le'om echad beino uveini. Oti le'om echad beino uveini. Ki eshmer Shabbat, yishmereni. Ki eshmer Shabbat, yishmereni. Oti le'om echad beino uveini. Oti le'om echad beino uveini. Page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon Mimelech, Malachi HaMalachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon Mimelech, Malachi HaMalachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachi Elyon Mimelech, Malachi HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitrem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon Mimelech, Malachi HaMalachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 121 and 120. Would you?
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Page 144. יתקדש ויתקדש שמי הבא, בימה דברה חירותי, וימליך מלכותי בחייך ונביון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו.
Amen.
יהי שמך במברך להלל מהמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקדושה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה וימרו.
Amen. On the facing page at the very bottom, I love this reading. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. Please rise.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Le'olam va'ed.
148. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
Page 150. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta, Otanu limadta. Al kin Adonai Eloheinu v'shachenu v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'id ki hem chayeinu ve'ohech yamenu uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla, ve'avatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim, baruch ata Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'id. The next page. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר נוחי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להוט על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובאישריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
The reading that we do before Michamocha reminds us of the miracle of God's redemption in Egypt and at the Red Sea. There is a psalm that is traditional for the month of Elul, the month leading up to Rosh Hashanah. And I'd like to share this psalm with you tonight as we start the preparation for the new year. And I couldn't find it anywhere in non-gendered God language. I'm going to try to change it as we go, but we'll see how that works. But I'd like you to think of this in terms both of God's salvation and also of why this would be part of the ritual for the month that leads up to Rosh Hashanah. A Psalm of David. Adonai is my light and my help. Whom should I fear? Adonai is the stronghold of my life. Whom should I dread? When evil men assail me to devour my flesh, it is they, my foes and my enemies, who stumble and fall. Should an army besiege me, my heart would have no fear. Should war beset me, still would I be confident. One thing I ask of Adonai, only this do I seek, to live in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of Adonai, to frequent God's temple. God will shelter me in God's pavilion on an evil day. Grant me the protection of God's tent. Raise me high upon a rock. Now is my head high over my enemies round about. I sacrifice in God's tent with shouts of joy, singing and chanting a hymn to Adonai. Hear, Adonai, when I cry aloud. Have mercy on me. Answer me. In your behalf my heart says, seek my face. O Adonai, I seek your face. Do not hide your face from me. Do not thrust aside your servant in anger. You have ever been my help. Do not forsake me. Do not abandon me, O God, my deliverer. Though my father and mother might abandon me, Adonai will take me in. Show me your way, Adonai, and lead me on a level path because of my watchful foes. Do not subject me to the will of my foes, for false witnesses and unjust accusers have appeared against me. Had I not the assurance that I would enjoy the goodness of Adonai in the land of the living? Look to Adonai. Be strong and have good courage. Oh, look to Adonai.
Page 158. As we begin with the melodies for the high holidays. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, noah tehilot oseh fela, malchutecha ra'u banecha, bukei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze Eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'id.
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. A prayer for gentle peace. 161. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Page 163. A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day. Lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai lai. A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day.
Please rise if you're able.
Adonai sefatai tiftahu fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanora, Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh hakol, V'zocher chasdei avot ve'imahot, U'mevii geula livnei v'nehem, L'ma'an shemo be'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Machaye hakol atah lehoshia, Mohid atah, Mechalkel ha'chayim b'chesed, Machaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, Umatir asubim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'neman ata l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol.
You are holy. Your name is holy. And those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We turn to page The next page, 173, left-hand side of the page. And if you remember Sheldon Lowe, who will be here for one of our Rak Shabbats in November, he really loves the left-hand side of the page. That's where all of the interpretive poetry comes in. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
$174. Find favor, Adonai our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer in love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your Spirit upon us. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shechinato letzion. 177. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulecha na'eh lehodot.
We continue on the top of page 178. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol HaShalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב הישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב הישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We continue silently.
Hiu leratzon imre fi legion libi. Hiu leratzon imre fi legion libi lefanecha. Adonai, Tzuhi, Adonai, Tzuhi, v'goali. Adonai, Tzuhi, Adonai, Tzuhi, v'goali. Go inside your heart and be. Go inside your heart and see what it wants, what it yearns when you breathe. Go inside your heart and see. May the words of my heart and the meditations of my heart be kind, be true. May they be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Please turn to 379. I mentioned that the month of Elul will be starting. It starts on Sunday. That means Sunday, weather permitting, we will see a brand new moon, the tiniest sliver of a new moon. And the next time we see the new moon will be the first evening of Rosh Hashanah. And so we have this month and this moon to guide us through the preparation for the new year. So I'll do the Hebrew, then we'll join together in the English. It's an open book test. The answers are Elul and Sunday. Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, shetechadesh aleinu et hachodesh haba, l'tova v'livracha, v'titein lanu chayim arukim, chayim shel shalom, chayim shel parnasa, chayim shetehevanu ahavat Torah v'yirat shamayim, chayim shimalu mishalot libenu l'tova. Amen. Our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. The new month of Elul will begin on Sunday. We turn back just a couple of pages to 371 for our prayer for healing. And if there are names they would like to add to our prayer, please, as I look around the room, say their names so they become part of the words that all of us speak.
Sissy Coran, Rabbi Linda Joseph, Rabbi Raphael Goldstein, Rabbi David Ben Tzalel Inoni. Yishabeha Avotenu מקור הברכה לאמהותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Nishabeha imotenu, mikor habracha lavahotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us sing, Amen.
As we have arrived at the last Friday in August, we invite up anniversary couples. If you had or have an August anniversary, or if you had a July anniversary and didn't get to say thank you, we invite you to come to the Bima for a special blessing. And could everyone else please rise? You have kisses? No kisses? See if they're here.
No kisses.
That's
It's on the wrong side.
nope. Wrong one. Wrong one. No, we owe you kisses. No, sure.
Candy. There's candy.
40 years, huh?
Yeah, 40 years.
Wow. Mazel tov. Oh, I'm glad you're holding hands. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotinu v'imotinu, our God and God of our ancestors. Bless this couple as they look back on the day of their marriage and forward to the years ahead. Many and varied have been their experiences together, but in happiness and in sorrow alike, you, O God, have been with them. Dear God, let your spirit continue to glow within this couple, that each partner may see your image in the other. Let their way of life be loving and good, that they may help to bear each other's burdens as they share each other's joys. May these, your children, continue to know the blessing of a home that honors the house of Israel, a peaceful home where happiness, contentment, and love thrive. May they grow old together in health, and may they live in gratitude to you and to each other for their marriage. Please join us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
We praise you, Adonai, our God, source of all creation, for creating us, for sustaining us, and for bringing us to this time of celebration. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Kisses. There you go. More kisses. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Morty.
Welcome. Mazel tov. Could everyone please say Mazel tov?
Mazel tov.
There you go. Please be seated. So we always hear the holidays are early this year, the holidays are late this year, and the standard rabbinic response, which is incredibly tedious, is no, they're not. They're exactly when they always were. They're the 1st of Tishrei. Okay. When we invited a guest speaker several years ago to an adult education class, man is an ultra-Orthodox rabbi out of Lakewood. And we had been studying a book, a conversation between a Reform rabbi and him for a long time, and so we brought him in to speak. And I wrote to him, and I said, here are possible dates. And I gave him several dates. And he wrote back and he said, and I quote, "Could you please give me these in the real calendar?" By which he meant the Jewish calendar. Because if you live in Lakewood, you have no idea when September is. You only know when Tishrei is. And so I wrote back and said, sure, 14th of Elul, whatever it was. Okay, let's pretend you have no idea when September is. That's fine. But we, Jews who acknowledge that we live in the real world, we do live under two calendars. Because we live under the Jewish calendar, but we live under the American calendar as well. And given that, the holidays are really, really late this year. Hanukkah will go into January. Purim is just incredibly late. Things will start getting earlier as we go on, but Rosh Hashanah comes at the very end of September. We are still a full month away from Rosh Hashanah as we start September. So, okay, what do we do with this? To me, I think it gives all of us an opportunity to do something that I think is really useful and most American Jews really pay no attention to. And that is to use the month of Elul for what it's supposed to be used for. It's supposed to be used as a preparation for the new year. And I've spoken about this before. One of the reasons that American New Year's resolutions don't generally last past New Year's is because they're things that we think of on New Year's Eve and forget by the time we reach the end of the football games on New Year's Day. Cheaply made, quickly made, easily forgotten. Judaism encourages us to prepare for the new year, to take the time to do cheshbon hanefesh. I love this phrase, an accounting of our souls. Now, for any of you who are accountants, it's the actual same word. Cheshbon is the person that keeps the books. So cheshbon hanefesh is keeping the books on our souls. What does our balance sheet look like right now? What are the net gains? What are the net losses? What could we do to improve that? If we decided, during the service on Yom Kippur, we see a phrase and we go, oh yeah, I should do that. I'll pretty much promise you that by the time you eat, you've forgotten it. And I know because it's a big book. There's a lot to read. I've had people come back to me and say, there was a phrase. Where will I find it? And the book is 500 pages long. You want to give me a clue? So I have a luxury. And that is that my prep for the high holidays starts in the spring. When Cantor Lawrence began here on July 1st, what was our first conversation about? In fact, first, second, third, and fourth. High holidays. This week, sitting in my office in the evening, I'm listening to the choir, rehearsing for high holidays. And so I get this encouragement. Hey, Don, you should think about this. And in traditional Jewish communities, starting on Monday, we will blow the shofar every single day, all month. Why are they doing that? It's a wake up. Let's get going. So, all right, we don't live in Lakewood, thank God. We don't do things according to the Jewish calendar day by day, but we have this possibility right now to do something really special because the civil calendar and the Jewish calendar in a sense line up. We've got September. Basically, you hit the end of September, within a day or two, you've got Rosh Hashanah. So what do we want to do with this month? What would make a difference? So one thing is traditional is to read Psalm 27 every day, which says, God, I'm going to trust in you. It says, God, protect me on my journey. What journey? Think about this. What will our journeys be in the coming year? The daily journey, if you're a commuter. Not being funny at all, protect us on our journeys. The journeys to go shopping, to do whatever we're doing, journeys to see family. Protect us on our journey. So the physical journeys themselves. What about the other journeys in our lives? There are people here who are dealing with recent deaths in their family. What will my life look like as I continue this journey without this person who's been part of it for so long? There are people who are anticipating celebrations, or who have had celebrations recently, and who say, what will my journey look like with this new member of my family? A wedding, a baby, whatever it might be. What will it look like? What will my journey be? What can I make it be? These are things that if they're taken lightly, they'll be forgotten lightly. But we have this opportunity now. Imagine we're planning a year-long trip. What do we need to bring? Let's think about it this way. We are, please God, it should be a year-long trip. What do we need to bring? What do we need to get ready? What do we need to prepare for this journey? Are we going someplace cold? It could be physical cold. Or it could be a place that just seems cold and unwelcoming. Is there something we're fearing that's going to happen in the coming year? Are we going someplace warm? Are we anticipating being able to throw off all the weight of everything we've been wearing and dragging around with us? Okay, need sunscreen. What do we need to bring? Imagine the person who says, I'm going on a year-long trip tomorrow. Maybe I should think about what I'll bring. You can do it. But how much will you miss when you spend the first 3 days in each place trying to go get the things that you needed that you didn't even think about in advance? How much of time on the beach, how much time on the slopes, how much time exploring are you going to miss because you didn't prepare? This is Elul. This is what the month is for us. It's a chance to say, what do I want to make of the journey that I'm now beginning? Now, you know, when we do Kol Nidre, one of the most surprising things about it, and there are old legal reasons for it, but Kol Nidre does not say, please God, excuse us for the things we did wrong in the past year. It says, please God, excuse us for the things we plan wrong in the coming year. It's about the year we're going to start. So we know that with our best preparation, the old expression, man tracht und God lacht. People plan and God laughs. So we know that we're not going to have everything we need for the journey. But how much better if we take the time to prepare and even take the time to anticipate? We look at a new year and it can be filled with dread. We don't know what will be in the next year. I think that's why we include Psalm 27. Because Psalm 27 says, God, I'm going on this trip. Will you please go with me? Will you please be with me on this? Because one of the things that we sometimes forget to pack is God. What will it look like? When it says in the Psalm, it's interesting, it says, there's only one thing I ask of you, God. Achat sha'alti. One thing I ask of Adonai, only this do I seek, to live in the house of Adonai all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of Adonai, to frequent God's temple. That's the only request. God, would you spend this year with me? But to do that, we need to pack for an additional traveler. What will it look like to have God with me in the coming year? What does that mean about bringing myself to God's house, whether it's here, somewhere else? What does it mean about making room for God in my plans? I'm starting a new challenge at work. Will I include a time built in to ask for God's help? We're looking forward to a celebration in the family. Will I take the time to stop enough in my joy Not just to say this is great, but to say, thank you, God. This didn't have to be. You know, when someone's pregnant, I've told most of you, you never say mazel tov. You say b'sha'a tova. May everything happen at the right time. That's the traditional Jewish wish for someone who's pregnant. Because we understand that the mazel tov isn't here yet. B'sha'a tova. Just let it happen at the right time. Which is really saying, God, would you please make sure that everything happens at the right time? How are we going to pack God on our journey? Does it mean starting a new ritual practice? Saying hamotzi before we eat. Saying good morning. Saying modeh ani when I wake up. Saying Shema Yisrael before we go to sleep. Does it mean making it a practice to look at a sunrise or a sunset? To pick a moment every day to look at the moon? To look at the stars? I had you read that little passage at the beginning that says, entrances to holiness are everywhere. And they are, in absolutely everything. When my teacher, Dr. Gene Borowitz, said, the ultimate challenge for suburban life is to find holiness in carpool. He wasn't joking. It was, is there anything more mundane than carpool? So how do you find the holiness in carpool? Whether you're carpooling a child to school, a person to a doctor appointment, whatever it might be. Where do we find the holiness in doing chores? All of this is open to us. And all of this will slip by for another year unless we pack this, unless we make it part of our journey. So for clergy, this moon of Elul is a constant clock. Your sermons are due in 28 days, 27 days, 26 days, you do it like that. In fact, what was it? Oh, God, 2 weeks ago? Yes. We drove out of something at night.
We walked out here, out of the temple.
It was in Lenox. It was in Lenox. I saw the moon, and I went, oh, God. And I went, oh, no, it's Av. Because it was halfway, and I went, ah! And then I went, no, it's so late that we still have a month because it's the Gewalt moon for us. And, you know, this is how much time, no extensions, no incompletes. But what if we look at the moon in that way for each of us? It's this long till our journey begins. It's this long till this new journey starts. Have we started to pack? Have we started to plan? Have we started to anticipate? I will tell you that with all of the work that goes into preparing for high holidays as a rabbi, it also is a time of incredible joy as you think about starting on a new adventure for another year. So watch the moon. Find the sliver of it on Sunday night. Watch it grow to fullness, to wholeness, and then watch it wane again. And when the world gets totally dark once again, and only the faintest sliver of a new moon shows itself, you and I, with God's help, will start on a new journey. So for the first time this year, we wish you Shana Tova Umetuka. May you have a good year and a sweet year.
So to continue with this idea of going on a journey and asking God to come with us, we have to start somewhere. And so I'm going to ask you to turn to page 662. It's a little different Hashivenu. It's not the traditional one, but it's very beautiful. And it just is this gentle reminder for us to come closer to God, to return. Please, God, return to us and we will return to you.
These are right words.
Page 662.
No, right?
Yeah.
So you just, the English won't match.
Hashivenu Adonai Elacha v'nashuva Hadesh Yameinu Kekedem once more Hashivenu Adonai Elacha v'nashuva Hadesh Yameinu Kedem. Help us and guide us, inspire and provide us with the wisdom your Torah can show. Help us to learn, renew and return, just as in days long ago. Ashivenu Adonai ilaha v'nashuva Hadesh Yameinu Kedem. Ashivenu Adonai ilaha v'nashuva Hadesh Yameinu Kedem.
Page 586 in the middle of the page. Please rise if you're able.
Aleinu l'shaba l'adon hakol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל עמונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 588. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום להשיבות האל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד.
On 590 in the middle of the page. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, Adonai our God, let them pay homage. Let them give glory to your honored name. Let all accept the yoke of your reign, that you may rule over us soon and forever. For sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory. As it is written in your Torah, Adonai will reign forever and ever. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. A couple of announcements. First of all, if you have not contacted us to let us know what you're doing for High Holidays, please do. You can order your tickets online, you can call the office, you can come in, whatever is easiest for you. But please, please let us know because we need to prepare. So the sooner you tell us who's coming to what service, how many of you, etc., will really help us. Also, sign up for the Slichot barbecue. We've already got more than 70 people coming to this, which is really nice. It's still weeks away. So come join us on Saturday evening of Slichot, first for a barbecue and nice time with the community, and then for the first of our High Holiday services. It's actually, no, it'll be the second service that Cantor Lawrence will be at. Will be at next week's bat mitzvah. So it's, getting to be that time. It's also time to sign up for adult education. I'm very excited about the class that I'm going to be teaching this year. I've never done this before. It's not a class about prayer. I've taught classes about prayer. This is going to be a class on prayer. Not from the outside, but from the inside. And we're going to start with the very most basic questions. Why pray? Who are we praying to? Does God listen to prayers? Does God exist? Does God hear prayer? Does God answer prayers? How do we pray? Do we need Hebrew? Whatever it might be, we're going to try to give, my goal is to give people a vocabulary of prayer. Because unlike past generations, most of the people in our generation have no role model of someone who prays regularly. I will tell you that when I talk with my 7th grade students and I ask them whom they know that prays regularly, and then I go, not including the rabbi. Some of them say, well, I have an Orthodox aunt. And that's it. So I realize when we talk to people and say, let's pray, for many people, okay, but what does that mean? And we say, open the book and turn to this page and let's get started. It's like, okay, go disassemble the engine in your car. Right? Start with the spark plugs. What? You kind of have to start more basic than that. So we're going to do that this year. There's a daytime and an evening session. Would love to have you join me on this journey. As I said, I'm really excited about it. You can register online. Registration information is in the newsletter, or you can just call the office and let us know. Also, we've just announced, how many of you here have been to Israel? Who's been to Israel? Okay, good. So some of you, I was with you when you went, others I wasn't. But I'm guessing that on the last day, as you headed to the airport, one way or another you said to yourself, how am I getting back here? When's my next time? Problem is, what's next? Because there are always trips for people who've never been. And the trip is really good, but you don't want to do the trip for people who've never been when you've been. And there haven't been trips for people who've been. So in December, over the winter break, Shira and I are leading a trip to Israel only for people who've already been to Israel. And so why only people? Because we are actually going to miss things like the wall. We're not going. All the things that we know you saw the first time, we're not doing. There's so much more to Israel than you can do in a week or a month or a year. So we are going to concentrate on really amazing things that we know you didn't see your first time, but that you really should see. So it's leaving on December 25th, because it's that or a movie. We'll get movies on the plane. We'll see if they'll serve Chinese food, on the plane. So if you're interested, information will be going out in the course of the week. It'll be on Facebook in a couple of days. We're going to have an information meeting in mid-September here.
18.
You want to come and just learn about it. No strings attached. No salesman will call. Come and see what it's all about. We'd love to have you join us. It really is. We go, and every time we go, we're not getting to there, are we? No, you can't. And people come up and say, can we go to this? And we go, there's no time. We can't do it. So we're going to get to do some of the things that you didn't get to do the first time. And we would absolutely love to have you join us. So information is just coming out about that now. I think that covers all the announcements.
Buy your honey.
What?
Buy your honey.
Oh, buy your honey. Yes. Last year we sold out. People could not get honey because they waited too late. So if you want our official TRT honey, put in your order now. Did we order? Oh, we have to order.
I know.
Okay. Yes.
I was actually reminding myself.
Right, you want to talk about that, please?
Sure. On Sunday, September 15th, we're going to have a program during the course of Sunday school. It starts at 10 o'clock, running till about 1:30. We have three speakers coming to talk about what a small congregation can do to combat climate change. Our keynote speaker, if you will, is Representative Frank Pallone, who is very involved in the House of Representatives working on climate change, but we will also have a New Jersey representative, Daniel Benson, who is the chair of the committee that is looking at legislation about electric cars and their contribution to and emissions and conversion to electric cars could help in New Jersey. He is reputed to be a wonderful speaker and worth hearing. And our last activity, we're going to have pizza for lunch, guys. Our last activity will be sponsored by Green Faith, which is a multi-faith organization looking at, again, what we can do as individuals and as a congregation in our community to contribute to climate change. So I invite you all to come.
It's free. It's open to everybody.
And there's bagels before and pizza for lunch, so we got.
Good. So it's open to people, temple members, community members, anyone that'd like to attend. So come, bring other people before we have oceanfront property here. So please do. Thank you. Page 598. If you are here to say Kaddish for someone who died during the past week, for whom you are sitting Shiva, please rise and say their names aloud. If you are here for Shloshim, to remember someone who died during the past 30 days, please rise and say their names aloud. And if you're here to say Kaddish for Yartzeit or for any other reason, please rise and say their names aloud as I call them.
המקום ינחם אתכם עם שאר אבלי ציון וירושלים. May God console you among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem.
Please rise. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel and to all the world, to which we say, Amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
Please turn back to 122 and 123. Can you hold the wine, please? Thank you.
Sure. She'll have another hand?
Yeah. And there was evening and there was morning the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished and all their array. On the seventh day God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava ufratzon hinchilanu. זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים. בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. Baruch Ata Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Could someone please hold this for me? Thank you. Hold the whole tray and we'll do it that way. Thank you. Thank you.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Joel's going to take that. You grab a piece for yourself if you want. Okay.
And to finish the service, we turn to page 662 as the melodies that we started to do in choir and that permeate the August and September and prepare us for the high holidays. Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Haneinu v'Haneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Haneinu v'Haneinu, Ki ein banu masim. Asai manu, tzedakah v'chesed. Asai manu, tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Haneinu v'Haneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Haneinu v'Haneinu. Ki en banu ma'asim.
There is an extraordinary country music singer by the name of Casey Musgrave. And in her first album, she had a song that actually changed people's lives. The song is called Follow Your Arrow. And if you don't know it, go look it up. But there's a line in there that I never left my mind. It says, you only get so many trips around the sun. So dear God, as we prepare to start another trip around the sun, bless us. Bless us with your presence. Bless us with your protection. Bless us with your guidance. Bless us with your love, so we may make this a wonderful, wonderful trip. Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.
Shana Tova. L'shana tova tikatevu, l'shana tova tikatevu, tikatevu, techa emu.